What is going on? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Kerry Bogo, and you're now tuned into No One Watches Regular News. Like, share, comment, subscribe. So I saw this article. It says Black Men Vote PAC ramps up investment and turnout for Harris. It says this is from the website politico.com. And it says Democrats are worried not enough black voters will turn out in crucial swing states, and they are putting more firepower into the effort to get out the vote. Black Men Vote PAC is spending $4 million to target black men in Michigan, Wisconsin, PA with one message: show up and vote for Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, let's use our common sense here. So, as black men, as black voters, we are a major voting bloc in America. Okay. Why would the Democratic Party want to spend 4 million to mobilize an effort in crucial swing states? So this lets me know that it's not just the swing states that's the issue. It's also everywhere else. Um, as of right now, black men are done, black folks in general are done with the identity politics and using a black face and being able to get support for the Democratic Party. We're done with that. This is not a good investment. If you think about this as black men, this is a bad investment because banking on the performance, productivity, and right now we are not too sure that this is a great investment. If you spend $4 million in a turnout for Harris, the investment has to be worth it. And I don't see this. You have to be able to get a return on your investment if this is the case. You just can't spend money on a turnout for someone that's in the article. It says Democrats are worried not enough black voters will turn out in crucial swing states. So why spend 4 million just to target black men? So it's something else that's going on that's deeper, and everything points back to Harris. Okay, the main issue that people had early on, I mean, even now is an issue, is that they know that she isn't really black. So people ran with that. They try to use that she's black. We should support a black woman, and black folks were like, you know what? No, this is not acceptable. We will not let you use that as an excuse for us to go vote for her. We can't do that. We will not let you use that again, like with Barack Obama. And we saw how that worked out. So this is why it's a struggle for her to get more black support, because we did this already with Barack Obama. And people were kind of upset about what happened with him because he did something that she's going to do. If she wins, you get in office for 4 years, you ignore the same voter base that you depend on to win, which is also black men. Black men have a major section in terms of voting. They know they need black men to vote, not just black women. They need black men. They know this. So this is why they are aiming to spend this much money, $4 million. And the only message you get from this $4 million, or the investment, or the return on the investment, is you show up and vote for Harris. So that's what you get for $4 million. I don't think the investment is good. Based on what we are seeing right now, one of the major focuses right now is her policies. That's one of the major issue. in terms of how would she pay for this. It's already been suggested that the corporate tax be raised to 28%. $25,000 for a down payment for first-time home buyers, constructing 3 million new homes, housing um, units in 4 years. How would she pay for all this? The money has to come from somewhere. It just doesn't pay for itself, like she said. So, with that being said, if you had $4 million, would you invest that money on solely a turnout? And the only thing you get is you get to show up and cast your ballot, your vote. That's all you get from it. Outside of the $4 million, there is nothing else guaranteed. I don't think that that's a fair return on investment. The investment has to be worth it. It has to be a guarantee return on investment. If not, it's you can't deal with it. So this is a gamble. This is a huge gamble for Black Men Vote PAC. What's the point of having a PAC, right? And you don't use the money for your own interest. You are a political action committee, but it's about voting. It makes no sense. Why would you spend this much money in voting? This lets me know that in order for people to even show up to get there, you got to spend money just for them to go. That's not good. People should feel compelled to get up regardless of how much money you spend on a turnout. They should want to get up and go vote. This lets you know to where they're lying in the polls about how Black people feel about Harris. If you got to spend this much money on a turnout, they don't feel that good about her. I mean, they don't, and that's the honest truth about it, is that they don't feel that good about Harris. That's why you have to spend this much money to target Black men just to vote. Because when it comes to this election, people are not that excited about it. Let's be honest. Outside of the rallies and what's going on at the DNC, that tells a different story. A different story. That only tells one side. What about the other side? How do people really feel about Harris? Because if they felt good about her, you wouldn't have to spend 4 million to mobilize people. You wouldn't, because they know that, hey man, I don't you don't have to spend that much money for me to invest my time into this process for a turnout. I just show up and vote and support. You got me, because they feel that confident in her. But you can tell right now that people, especially Black men, they're not that confident in Harris right now. So they've been lying in the polls about Harris's support. Because if it was really like that, if she really had that support, you wouldn't have to spend 4 million on a turnout. The investment would be worth the effort. You would have to spend that much money. But this Black Man Vote PAC is spending this amount of money because they know that Harris does not really have the full support of Black men. And that's the honest truth.